All right, what's happening, BE3? Beggins Brothers coming to you live from beautiful
South Tampa, Florida.
South Tampa, Florida today. It's very good. So Jeff Beggins and Craig Beggins here.
How are you?
All right, so a short, sweet, to the point one today. And what Craig and I want to banter back and forth with you is we title this one Business by Design or Business by Accident. Because when we get the luxury of dealing with a lot of different people, a lot of different agents, a lot of different stages in business, but we always drill down to the source of business. Like when sales meeting here this morning, we're going around, I got 3 deals, I got 5 deals this week, whatever the deals were. It's like, okay, great. What happened? Where did they come from?
How did you get them?
How'd you get them? What's the source?
And it's not that we're trying to find out so we can copy them. It's just we want to recognize and see what's duplicatable and predictable.
And one thing that keeps standing out is the sources, right? Like this one, I got one came from an open house, one came from a referral, one came from a phone call, one came from FSBOs, right? And they're just all over the place, which creates so much stress, right? And so much doubt, fear.
Well, that's the roller coaster of real estate.
Doubt, fear, and anxiety. Where's the next one? Which source is coming?
That's what it's not predictable.
And then you got to consider where's your next one. So if you're wondering where your next transaction is actually going to be coming from,
then you're pretty much admitting you don't have a business.
Right. So the question is, you're either doing deals or you're actually getting phone calls. So what are you doing? Are you actually, you're just doing deals to get business?
Or just doing deals.
Doing deals, bringing them in.
Deals are occasional. They come in once in a while. Building a business is structured and you get repeat and return and referral business.
So how do you do it? So what's the difference?
It's called focus and discipline.
Okay.
Which is probably the hardest thing that a lot of times real estate people get into real estate for freedom and flexibility. But what you need to run a business is focus and discipline. So that's like two opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, a little bit of conflict going on there.
Yeah.
So
I want freedom and flexibility, but I need discipline.
It was fun. I had an interview with a great agent today who's going to be joining our company. And we were talking about her business and she's got a lot of it, but it's coming from so many different sources, right? A lot of different sources. And I just said, where's your next one going to come from? And then the look just came across the face like, I'm not really sure, because you hear us talk about this a lot. Everything works right now. I mean, you can go get a FSBO, you go stand in Publix, you can go to Home Depot, you can go call your sphere, you can post on Facebook, Instagram. You get business with every one of these things. And every one works. So that's the challenge right now is everything works. So you'll grab one here, you'll grab one there, you'll grab one there, and you're doing deals, but you're not building a business.
Right.
So one of the analogies we're just talking about before we came on the air here is the difference between a general practitioner and a specialist.
Well, I think I know where you're going with that, and I agree 100%. But one more thing on that topic. Mm-hmm. Our business is serious. We're messing with people's lives and livelihood.
And largest financial
transaction. And it's complicated. Our industry is complicated. There's this subdivision has this going on in it. This subdivision has this going on with it. This town has these issues. This municipality has these issues.
Yeah.
And if you're running around dabbling over here and dabbling over there and dabbling over here, you don't have a clue what's really important in that local municipality or whatever town we're talking about.
That's right.
So the focus on that makes a big difference too, because you want to provide excellent value.
You do. And let's talk about one other thing that we were talking about at the interview today is if you know that everything works.
To get really good at one thing.
But which one do you pick, right? Because some of them you like, some of them you don't like. So why even aggravate yourself with the ones that you don't like? Just find the things you do like and get damn good at just those.
Well, that's what we do at our company. We're that part of life betterment concept. Mm-hmm. We have 5 pillars, which are now 6 pillars, which are now 7 pillars, which are now unlimited amounts of pillars.
Yep.
And all we're trying to say is focus for 90 days on getting really good at one. And if you don't like it in 90 days, switch to another. But let's get really good at whatever it is.
Until you find what the groove is. Because those you're watching, you know this, that you know for sale by owners work, you know expired listing work, you know sphere works, you know social media work. You can look around at people in your office, in your company, in your town that are having success. But the question for you is, what are you really, really good at, or are you getting deals by accident? So just for example, let's say.
I remember when you were an agent.
Yeah.
When Jeff was an agent, he set up a calling station. This is back, before dinosaurs, but he had a calling station, a little desk slanted on the wall.
There were dinosaurs.
And he had a specially crafted dialing headset with 2 microphones. He had 2 telephones in his apartment, and he would dial with one hand, dial with the other hand. Whoever answered, he'd hang up on the other one. And he would make 60 contacts an hour calling for sale by owners.
Yep.
And you get pretty good at that.
Yep.
You know, and I'm sure you didn't love doing it, but I remember you take 5 or 6 listings a month.
Oh yeah. At least, I was coaching Charlie today, and we were having that exact same conversation. I didn't go back to exactly how we were doing it, saying just get really, really, really good. Because if you focus just on a for sale by owner, and you took just this week, just until Friday, and you said, I'm going to take 2 hours a day, and I'm going to immerse myself in the presentations, in the script, and I'm going to research them on Zillow. I'm going to go to forsalebyowner.com. I'll go into Facebook Marketplace. I'll get my database. I'll map it out. I'll have my whole thing set up. I got my presentations done. I'm ready to go. And you said, I'm doing nothing but for sale by owners for the next 2 weeks, and you hit 200 of them, what would happen?
You'd have too much business to follow up on.
It's impossible for you not to get a listing, right? Even if you vomit on every one of their shoes when they opened up the front door.
Somebody will think that's cute.
Someone's going to like it. So just one thing. So if that's the case, and you know it's true, and you know it's true watching, then we've got to just get to it. Because if you're not doing that, then we're going to do something else. Then maybe it's expireds. And then if you just did that, or it's just Facebook marketing, geo-targeting to a specific neighborhood, to a specific sphere, to your sphere, doing something. So that's the point, because the misconception is that you're going to miss out on business because it's scarcity versus abundance, right? And so you think I've got to do a little bit of everything, and you do if you have a scarcity mindset, right? And if you're like, oh God, I got to do open house, and I do physicals, and I got to do call, and I do this, but you're not going to be good at anything, and you're going to pluck a deal here, pluck a deal here, and next week you're going to be a brand new agent trying to go again and again and again. If you let it go and just be a little bit more abundantly minded, and you say, I am going to focus only in this zip code, period. And that doesn't mean the zip code next door. That means this zip code only. And if anything comes to me outside of that zip code, I'm saying no to it.
Give it away.
Refer it, sell it out, right? That's the thing. And if you did that.
Well, like we were talking before this broadcast, you know, a heart surgeon is a heart surgeon. He studied the heart. He knows his heart. That's what he does. If you come to a heart surgeon with a kidney problem, what's he going to do?
I hope not touch my kidney.
Exactly. So I think if we want to consider ourselves, you know, the joke about realtor and realtor, I can liken that to doctor and docator.
Yep.
Right. So a doctor doesn't leave his specialty. That's what he does. A docator will treat your knee and your elbow and your forehead and your ear and your everything else, because he's not a real doctor.
Right. A realtor is like a dinosaur, because they're extinct. They just don't, these ones don't know it yet, because they're just doing deal doctors.
A realtor should be a specialist.
Right. So our call to action for you is to truly pick something, and it doesn't matter what, but
try it.
Here's what we were talking this morning. What do you pick? Right? You know, watching, you know what you like. Well, before you know what you like, let's start by this. You know what you don't like, right? Some of you hate buyers.
I don't like knocking on doors.
Some of you hate knocking on doors. Some of you do not like for sale by owners. Don't do them, right? So put that in the box of stuff you're never going to do, and commit to never doing that. But the one thing that you do like might be first-time home buyers, right? Then commit to doing nothing but first-time home buyers right now. And you know how to do that. You can target specifically first-time home buyers. You can go straight to high-end apartment company. You know the deal.
You can learn about the down payment grants. You can learn about all the easy ways. You can master FHA financing.
That's right.
You know, learn all the benefits for first-time home buyers, so you can really provide value.
Yep. And then if you know that you're great at, you're one of the weirdos that loves door knocking and cold calling, don't do anything but that. The guy I was coaching this morning, he loves cold calling. He can't help cold calling. He wants to go knock on doors. I physically had to threaten him today in front of the office here. I said, if anybody sees him doing one more new contact, you have to tackle him, put him in a headlock, and kick his ass, right? He's not allowed to talk to any new person in the world. Why would we do that?
Because you have to follow. You can't just generate leads. You got to incubate and follow up and build connections with people.
We're going through his database today. He's got about 350 follow-up leads of people that he's door knocked that want to sell their house at some point in the process. So why in the world would you even go prospect for another person to ignore? Right. So his has got one mission this week, and that's to hit every single person on his database. And then from there, we only need to do 3 deals a month.
I wish more people had that problem.
Right. Yeah.
Why prospect for more people to ignore? That's such a big challenge in this industry.
Well, let's go down that line, because the big mantra that we're pushing right now is connect and collect, right?
Yes.
Connect and collect, connect and collect. And what do we mean by that? We mean every person you talk to, the lifetime value of an agent, we're talking this morning.
It's 100,000 of a buyer, of a consumer.
Yep.
To a real estate agent, it's over 100,000.
107 is the most recent study. $107,000 is what every customer is worth to you, right? So think about this: the average time period that it takes for people move. People are moving every
5 to 7 years.
Every 5 to 7 years. So you watching, think about last time you moved. You're moving every 5 to 7 years on average, right? So the person you're talking to today that says, "Hell no, Craig, I'm not moving," right? 5 years from now, it's a whole different story.
They are.
And the question is, if you didn't connect and collect them, you've got zero shot at having that business 5 years from now. So how do you connect with them now? You want to be the go-to resource. And this is a huge thing.
Well, that goes back to our specializing.
You can't be special for everybody, right?
Right.
But if you took your neighborhood or your town or your zip code or that market or that thing, we were joking this morning, not politically correct, I'll apologize in advance. We were saying, if you wanted to focus only on midgets who like to fish, right? And you refuse to talk to anybody who is not a midget that likes to fish, then you would build such a connection and a bond with that tribe of people that you wouldn't have to go anywhere else, because they would like you to connect with them. Yeah. But that means
you'd probably have to go all over the place to get them.
You'd have to have a big geographical area, but that could be your niche. But if you committed to just that niche, you would do just fine. But the minute you played with one that didn't like to fish, you're dead. You have no business. Now you're just taking deals left or right.
You've got a very interesting mind there, brother.
So, but connect and collect. So you got to ask yourself a question. Are you planning on being in this industry 5 to 7 years from now? And if the answer is yes, then those leads that you ignored right now, it's stupid. Because what you need to do is say, I get it. You don't need to move right now. Time, love where you are. It's enjoyable. I want you to make sure that you think about me a little bit differently. I am your resource for anything home related, any thoughts, any questions. I don't care if your AC goes out. I don't care if you want to get a pool guy, you want to put a fence up, you're looking for a good appliance person. If it's attached to your house, you need to talk to me. You need an insurance quote. You want to talk to a roofer, you got a roof leak, think about me and let me help you. I have your back. I am your resource, right?
Own that's that space in their head.
That's it. And then as time goes by, but how do you own that space? You got to put them in there. If you're not friend requesting them, right, and following them on Instagram, you're missing the boat, right? It costs nothing to do these things. Instagram, Facebook, that plus your CRMs and your little drip campaigns, all that stuff's good too, but actually connect with them. And then another agent we were coaching with this morning has got a huge past client sphere, but she's not touching any of them because she doesn't want to. And she's saying, that's stupid. I know I'm leaving $100,000 on the table at least a year by not doing this one. So we were just going to have
pair up with one of our new agents.
We were joking this morning. We're saying she just doesn't like to cuddle. Right? She just likes to do the deal, but doesn't like the cuddling of them after the fact, because she's got a lot of deals coming through. So we were just joking about that. So we're going to have Cuddle Friday, right? The end of every month, the Friday afternoon is Cuddle Friday. And you're actually going to sit there, suck it up, and call back and say, hey, Barbara and Jim, I'm just thinking about you guys. How are you doing? What's going on? What can I help you with? Great. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
That would work.
And you just did that once for 2 hours the last Friday of every month.
That's probably going to generate more business for her.
A ton of business. And even if it's not now, I said, look, it's not about them. It's about their cousin that's moving in from Austin. And just collecting and connecting, connect and collect. So that's the biggest thought that I have right now is stop being a deal monster and just taking deals here or there.
Let's build a consistent
business, right? And then once you pick what business you're going to go build, then get good at that business.
And that's really important. I mean, I'm the broker of record, so I'm going to get in trouble when all this stuff happens. There's a lot of details in anything that we're going to do. Like we were talking first-time home buyers.
Yep.
Knowing the federal grants or the local county grants and all the things that could really add value to a first-time home buyer experience is critical. You got to invest some time and educate yourself on whatever specialty you want to do.
If that's your specialty. But if that's not your specialty, don't even pretend it's your specialty.
Exactly.
Because you're doing a disservice to that person that could have got a grant that you didn't even know about.
That's right.
Right. So if you want to take this even further down the road, if you're pretending, right, let me put the evil hat on for a second too. If you're representing yourself as an expert in first-time home buyers and you didn't even tell me that there was a grant program that I would have to pay no money down, that's totally forgiven as a gift, and you didn't tell me about it or take the diligence to learn about that, to even tell me about that? Did you really do a good job for me? And did you do what's right?
Could that even be considered negligent?
Could it be? That's right. That's the thing. So why would you pretend you know how to operate on ankles if you're an eye surgeon? Right? It's that bizarre. And this business is due for a shakeup. We're seeing markets right now that are shifting already.
Yes, there are.
With inventories rising and the shift from seller market to buyer market. I think you're going to see that happening a little bit more and more. Not an alarmist statement, but a true observation of what's going on. But I think
it's not imminent. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen like, boom, it's done this year.
No, it's not
But
going to
we're
be
going
like,
to go from a 2-month supply to a 3-month supply to a 4-month supply to a 5-month supply.
right. And then what does it mean when there's a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 month supply? It means it takes 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months to get a check.
That's right.
Right. And so that's where the shakeup starts to come into this business, where people are saying, wait a second, I can't just stand at Publix with a smile and a name tag anymore.
Yeah, but the specialists that we're talking about, they don't worry about times like this.
Because they're not looking for deals. They're building a business.
They're building the business.
And if you become the expert in new home land development projects in a certain market, people will seek you out because you're the best. In your market right now, if you had your knee blew out, there are people that you would call right now and say, do you know an awesome knee doctor?
Yep.
And they say, well, I got a guy who works on eyes. I think he'll dabble in the knee. You're going to say, no, right? So let me rephrase that. Who's a good knee doctor? So I think it's almost to a specialty. Who is a badass ninja listing agent, representative, marketing machine that can shred in a negotiation? Would that be a cool label to have?
Yeah.
Right? Who is the best buyer's rep that has the best loan officers that can find me the grant programs to give me the best opportunities, that knows how to work the new home builders over to get an upgraded package that can really do a great job and guide me to the right school districts and the zonings and the changes and all that stuff? Who is that, right? And that's you if you're telling people that's you. And take advantage of the things that you're watching right now, how you're consuming information right now. You've got that in the palm of your hand right now to tell your target audience that you are the master of something. But you can't say, call me, I'm the master of everything, because you're full of crap.
I'm your guide to Tampa Bay.
Right. No, you're not. You can't guide me to anything, but you're my specialist. You are the specialist in $1 million plus properties that for people who are serious about selling and you want to put as much money in their pocket as humanly possible. Carve that niche out and own it. And then
research
that.
it and know it and learn it. Educate yourself.
That's
Hang
right.
out there.
Or be the badass expert in rent to own programs and knock out 5 of those a month. So, but you can't do a little of that and a little of this or a little of this. You can, but you're going to be stressed out of your mind forever running on the treadmill nonstop. You're going to be a new agent over and over and over and over and over
That's
again.
a good point. You're just a new agent at every time you do something new.
Right? Where's my next deal? I better go find a FSBO. Oh, I got one. Sold. Oh, shit. Where's my next one? Right? Oh, let me do a Facebook post. Oh, got one. Whew. Oh, I'll do an open house for you. Sure. Oh, got one. Right? That's not a good way of life. That's not a lifestyle. That's a hand-to-mouth real estate
And it
agent.
takes a lot longer, that example you just gave.
Right. Right.
Every 5 minutes, I got one.
It does.
It's like every 5 months.
And then, guys, pick one, connect, and increase your sales skills and your connection skills. It was a lot of fun. It was so eye-opening. One of the coaches was just from today is just really relevant on my mind. We were going, this is the guy that's got a few hundred lead follow-ups to do. And so when he's doing his lead follow-up on his niche that he's working on, he's got his assignments to write down a certain way. And he's going to make a note whether they're D's, I's, S's, or C's, visual, auditory, kinesthetic. And how do they want to be followed up with? What's their method of contact? And when do they want to be followed up with? So he's got specific deliverables on every single person. So when the follow-up says they're going on a cruise and call me back on December 12th. So December 12th comes up and he looks in his Zap program and he knows that it's Bob and Mary and Bob's a high I, right? And he's very visual. And he's not going to remember that shit at all. But on December 12th, he looks back and now he's triggered that Bob's high I and very visual. He's going to be very precise to the point and talk about, hey, I was just looking at something and there's something I want to show you. When can we set a time to go look at stuff together, right? And short to the point. So this is the difference between a
Sales
agent
mastery,
doing a deal,
right,
or having a hell of a lifestyle. And it's so much easier and it's so much less work to just specialize and really get good. Right?
I agree.
So what parting words do you have, sir?
I think my last parting words are focus and discipline. The people that are good are really good at what they do. And it didn't happen easy. They focused on it and they were disciplined about it. We were talking about another agent just walked by a little while ago. This girl is crushing it. I mean, I'm writing her checks for $30,000-$40,000 every month.
Every month.
Every month. I'm like, holy cow. But it's the same group of people, the same industry line. It's just she's focused and she's disciplined.
The same zip code.
Same zip code.
Right. We were joking before, like her car physically turns off if she leaves the zip code line boundary. She just doesn't go out there. If you even asked her to, the specialist example, if you asked her to go sell you a house in West Chase or Plant City areas outside of Tampa, she'd say, I don't even know where that is. My car doesn't go that far. It just doesn't work. But I've got a specialist who really knows that market well. Let me introduce you to Susie. Right. And then Susie's going to be the ankle doctor to go do that. And she'll still get paid for the referral and still look like a badass for referring the right expert over. So
that's it. Focus and discipline.
Focus, put the blinders on, collect and connect and get good. And please just relax and let things be and just have fun, right? Have fun, make money, parting words on that one. Let us know what you thought about this one. Reach out to Craig or me and let us know any thoughts or whatever we can do to you, for you, anything at all to help your business. So have a great day. Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Guys.
Thanks.